Right. Hey guys, welcome to today's Meshery Development Meet. Today is 29th of October 2025. We conduct this meet on every Wednesday. For more information about all the meets that we conduct, please go to Layer 5 calendar. Uh, on every Monday, we conduct the websites meet, and every Wednesday, we conduct the Meshery Development Meet. And on every Thursday, we have the newcomers meet. So in case you're new to this meet, you can feel free to join on Thursday as well. To start off the meet, during this meet, we talk about uh, community maintainers or members, PRs or issues and any announcements to be made. This is the meet for that. And what is Meshery? Meshery is a CNCF sandbox project. It helps you maintain your cloud-native infrastructure. So for more information about Meshery, go to docs.meshery.io or go to meshery.io. And also, Meshery is the sixth fastest growing CNCF project. So pretty we're growing every day. And before we start the meet, can we please request you guys to add your names to the attendees list here? I'll share the link to Google Sheets in the chat and also add your agenda items in the topics section. Right. And yeah, if anybody is new here, it's your first time during this meet, I welcome you all to introduce yourself by opening your camera and your mic and introduce yourself, what brought you to Meshery, and what tech stack you currently work on. So I'll wait for a few seconds here. Kishore, I think you are pretty new, right? Would you introduce yourself? Kishore? Kishore B, I guess.
Yeah, so hi everyone, it's my friend. I'm I'm audible?
Yeah, your voice is a little, it's cutting off.
Just needed to.
Okay, let me fix my internet in 2 minutes.
Nah, it's just. It didn't sound like that to everyone else. It wasn't like.
It was like that, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So anybody got a turntable? Whoop, 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 whoop.
Yes,
Keyshore, you make beautiful music.
yourself in.
Keyshore,
Yeah.
you. We got to skip you. You didn't bring the right tools to be able to participate today.
No, that's not from my mic. It was from Mukul Rana's mic. Now only I'm turning on my mic.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Wait. It's from Mukul. I'm confused. Who are we introducing?
Kishore,
Yeah, so currently I am in my pre-final year of my BTech, and till now I have worked on like Munch Tech and as well as Python as well. And currently I am into the GenAI part where I learning about the building AI agents and RAG pipelines and MCP servers and all. So it's more like that.
okay. Welcome, Mukul. I think Kishore, you can go next, to be fair to you. Sorry about that misunderstanding.
Hi all, I am Kishore B. I'm pursuing my master's in computer applications, and I'm in my final year. And I have joined the Meshery community from like September last week, and I have been consistently contributing to it.
Right. Welcome, Kishore. And Aman, I think you're pretty new, right? Could you introduce yourself? Aman? Aman Kyas, I guess. If you're unable to open your mic, you can always go to the chat. Yeah, sure. I think you have a network issue, so you can introduce yourself in the Zoom chat here. And again, I'll repeat, guys, add your name to the attendees list here. And if you have any topics, please do add this in the topics list. To start with the agenda items, Matthew, would you like to share about the CLI?
Yes. Yeah, you can share
Yep.
that Google Sheet. So, hi everyone. So, for those who don't know Meshery, we have the Meshery CTL, which is a CLI that runs command that run command against the Meshery API server, and that spreadsheet is there to list all the commands and subcommands with their flags that are currently supported by Meshery CTL. So yes, that's pretty much what we can say about this. There's no real update currently what that was done recently in the CLI.
Right.
So yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Thank you, Matthew. I don't think we have Ian today, so we can skip over the UI section. Is there any announcements, Lee, that needs to be made before we start with the items?
Yeah, Meshery is about to reach its 1.0. So it's time for it to, yeah, I don't know, reach, yeah, I guess there's no other way of saying it, just 1.0. And that's this week. So there's a lot of activity to go cross the T's and dot the I's. We've got a number of blog posts to write. There's a spreadsheet that has a list of what those are, or suggestions as to what those might be. Ijoma, you have one written out. And Aditya is here. Aditya, I don't know if you're intending to collaborate on one or write one up, but let's figure it out now. Husseina, you guys come off mute, have a conversation. Got some shy maintainers. So Husseina, Ijoma, Aditya, go ahead, guys.
Highly. So we are talking about the release announcement PR, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I had seen Matthew's CL on that. I'll take a look.
Cool. Yeah, but that's not really what I'm asking. I'm asking, are you going to write a blog post or no? You're going to collaborate on one? Or, so Aditya, are you there?
Yeah, Lee.
All right.
I would like to collaborate with Matthew on his blog post. So
On which-
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Be fine, right?
Cool. Yeah, let's get it
Yeah.
figured out. Let's get you guys' names in here.
Yeah, I can help as well.
Nice. Let's get something specific, guys. So here's the link to the spreadsheet. I mean, right now, let's get something specific now. Get it locked in. End of day Friday is the due date. I'm sorry that it's such a tight timeline. It doesn't have to be the most amazing thing you've ever written. You don't have to worry about graphics if you don't have them, or screenshots if you don't have them. But but ideally, there's at least one image in the post. Collaborating with someone else, that's wonderful. Maybe it's you go really deep on just one thing, or maybe you combine a bunch of announcements, sort of a bunch of new features or new frameworks or whatever it is in there. But let's see, since you guys are here dedicating the hour and you're face to face and you got synchronous communication, let's take a moment. There's not 30 or 40 people on the call like there usually is. There's only 15-ish or something. So let's use the time right now to help make you successful. Matthew, I wonder if you might have any ideas or thoughts, or all of you guys get together in one post maybe, or split it a certain way, or any thoughts?
Yes, I don't really know how we can tackle this one since it will be for Friday, so it's really a short time. But yeah, I don't
Yeah.
really see.
I'll give you a blog post before the end of the meeting on this topic right here. Like, it is completely possible. I will go right over to AI and ask it to like help me get something and then fill it in with like, it is unbelievably and totally and completely possible. If you guys don't think that you're gonna have the time, like, pick a topic right now, drop the call, use the next 30 minutes, because it'll take us 15 to conclude. Take that 30 minutes and you can have a blog post in 30 minutes. So like, please, I'm here to make you successful. I think it's totally possible. If you guys don't, I respect that. But I will also probably draw the line for some of us on like where we're at in terms of our participation in the project, and so anyway, I interrupted you. You were going to suggest, Matthew, maybe a way of.
Yes, I don't know, because that post, like you said me, it will be posted on cncf.io/blog, like we did for the certification. I don't know how it is done there. Is there a repository that we need to uh, do a pull request or anything? How do we do that first? And then for collaboration, perhaps this is a good starting point to have that sheet, and everyone could uh, take one topic there and just assign it to him and just drop a link, and we will try to merge everything in one blog post after that.
Nice. So there'll be, okay. So to repeat that, ideally there's a single release announcement that says, hey, 1.0 is here, and hopefully it does a decent job of summarizing of providing highlights. But what it would also do is function as an index for where to go find more about the intricacies of this new extension that Ijoma has largely stewarded and is the maintainer of. And so I think she's got a draft blog post here. I'm just using this as an example. She's got a draft blog post here. But in this announcement, it would highlight these things and say, oh, there's this, give a brief description and then say, go see more at this blog or at this documentation link. And then we go to the next one, the next one, and the next one, and link out to the fact that, oh, there is a new command. And here's the details and why the commands were built and why they're interrelated and how to use them and examples and stuff. And but this particular summarization or this other one can't do justice to the. So if we think about it like that, ideally we would get this one out on the cncf.io/blog. Matthew and Anita iHuman, or iHuman Anita, they're both CNCF ambassadors. And so part of them being ambassadors, they're entitled to post on the CNCF blog. And so Matthew was or is graciously offering to maybe co-author a blog post with me or with anybody else that wants to put their name on it to get put out here. The procedure to put it out here is it's kind of a one-off procedure. What you do is just write up a Google Doc, write the blog post in a Google Doc, and then go submit a ticket with a hyperlink to the Google Doc. And if there's images and things, sort of have here's the example of the Google Doc that I wrote for that other blog post. There were a few images that were included in the blog post. And so I just made sure to put those into a different folder so they could get to them easy. But that was it. They have there's a lot of posts that go out on here. Somewhat surprisingly, there hasn't been one since ours on Monday. This was Monday and today's Wednesday. the closer that we get to KubeCon, the more hectic and frantic and busy the CNCF staff is and everybody. And so it's through personal connection that we would hopefully be able to get this out. And my hope is like on Monday, that we're all done on Friday, that we've submitted this to them, that they're able to review, that I've already prepped them and let them know that we've got a couple in the pipe. And so fingers crossed they would help get it out on Monday, because they just kind of copy and paste from the Google Doc. So. But for Husaina and Aditya, thanks so much, guys, for showing up today, by the way. That's wonderful. It's very nice to see you, both of you. And you guys are welcome to speak about anything that you want to, whether you worked on that area or you didn't, or doesn't matter. And
So the CLI related new commands, I can try figuring out like the syntax and then maybe get some snippets and all that. I mean, and maybe like anything which is independent, right? Like which doesn't have a dependency on other things. Maybe you can put my name against it so that I can explore and then prepare a blog post against it.
Awesome. Perfect. Unless these are just suggestions that I'm offering, so feel free to change it. I was just thinking, oh hey, these commands are, at least these first three are pretty interrelated. And these other two, they can get bundled into all of these. All of these things can get bundled into a model, and so maybe it's just one blog post that sort of covers them all. Maybe there's not a lot to say about, maybe I'm wrong, maybe credential didn't make it or something. So maybe this is just one blog post. This could be a nice opportunity for 2 or 3 of you to, collaborate on. And Husaina's suggestions to make it sounds wonderful to me if Hussein, if you're just grabbing just one of these and giving a couple of examples and stuff, fantastic, awesome, and putting that into the blog. The thing you guys might just toss up a Google Doc and collaborate real time like that, if that's easy, or you might do a PR and do it that way, whatever makes sense for you guys. Ultimately, hopefully what we end up with is meshery.io/blog/ something. Hopefully we end up on meshery.io. So that would be a PR, would be the final form of that. So, but Jamie, don't hesitate. Maybe you got nothing to say about even though you understand this and it's all comfortable, it's just, you think that there's some other aspect of what's happened is more interesting. The fact that we're the #1 most sought after project for internships out of the entire CNCF, not just the entire CNCF, but like there's all kinds of cool things. We're the 6th fastest growing, even though we're just a sandbox project. We have 50 something repos, so many that we've split into 2 different orgs, and what that's about and stuff. So you can bump my name out of Mia bumped my name out of the way here. So good. So Aditya, Hussein, any other, Matthew, any other thoughts?
We can have a Google Doc and then 3 of us can collaborate on it, and also have a Slack channel with 3 of us so that we can get clarity on like if we need help from any other person about something. That sounds like a plan.
Aditya, what do you think?
I would say I would go with Hosaina's suggestion. Lee. We three would be working together on this.
Awesome, guys.
Uh, I would like to write on the registry support in Meshery UI. I think number 7.
It's awesome.
7.
Let's see.
Yeah.
7. What's 7? Let's see. Where would that? Oh, 7. Sorry. Awesome. Yeah. By the way, if questions arise on particulars, well, I mean, you know where, yeah, you know how to raise questions. Beautiful. It's really, yeah, it's an important component. Super. I wish it was a little. Yeah, go ahead, Aman.
So yeah, I'm Aman Kais, and I'm from Kerala, and I currently am proficient. I'm not proficient, but somewhat good at Golang and all this kind of backend technologies. And it has been only a few days since I came to the Meshery IO project and the Slack channel. I'm still trying to figure out how this whole setup is working. What's the date for this blog post we posted? Like, how do I have time to figure out this project and maybe write it down at a later date?
Yeah. For my part, Aman, my recommendation is to go to tomorrow's newcomers meeting and ask some of those same questions. Those are wonderful. A couple of questions that I suggest not to just skip is, don't worry about these blog posts, or like don't try to participate here. It's too tight of a timeline and too much history for you to try to like. And so, but the other part of the answer to your question is, like, there's a ton of different faucets or different aspects of not only Meshery but other projects to get into. Like and so in the newcomers channel, like every day, people like Naman and Ritesh, and they share a bunch of info actually about where to get started. So there's the newcomers channel in Slack is also like you can like just scroll up in there, you'll find.
Yeah. I saw the pink comments and read some of the articles, but I'm not particularly sure on the entirety of project and how it's going.
If I can download that into your brain, I can, but like.
Yeah, I understand.
Yep, keep trying.
Yeah,
All
we'll
right.
go through brief introduction to Messery and how you can start contributing in newcomers meet. So make sure to join us.
So Darshan, does this look about? Are you comfortable with this?
Yeah, I can work on this. Actually, there's a pre-existing blog post by Yugender already. So
Oh,
yeah.
nice. Well, he left you a gift.
No, maybe I can make it more visual with more screenshots on how you can create a relationship. Maybe I can enhance. I'll share it
Yeah,
by.
totally, absolutely. Yeah, or vet it. I mean, yeah. Or if there's nothing, no chance, great, just move on to the next one. Slap your name on it though. Either way.
Yeah, sure. This, and I was thinking of models in catalog on 27th.
Oh, nice. Here, it's there's this thing that Google did. They made it so that multiple people can collaborate in the. Yeah, feel free to drop your name in. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, great. Or I can do it. Models in the catalog, wonderful. So this is on meshery.io. We used to just have designs that were shared in the catalog. Now there's models. There's also filters as well.
Yeah.
Darshan, Yi suggests that maybe these are all just the same post, I guess is what she's saying.
Yeah, right.
Something to think about. Well, good. Who did we miss someone? Naman and Ritesh, you guys might have, like, this is a good, I think she's got a draft blog post up, but that would have been up your alley. Ritesh, looks like your name is, what do you think? Is this something you're comfortable with? I guess you've got a draft up already.
Yeah, I will be comfortable doing this.
Nice. Nice. All right. Anybody else? Do we miss any? Matthew, we've got your name at least once, two. Wait a second. If Matthew's down here as well, you're making me look bad, Matthew. You're doing all the work. All right, good. Okay, thanks for letting me go over that, Darshan. It's just it's once every 6 years that we reach a 1.0, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll reach a 2.0. Actually, for those of you who've been around for a while, and even if you haven't, I think it's over a year since we've been on of 0.9 and we skipping it, going down. Just been, we're there. Like, there's one architectural component that Meshery would ideally have before it 1.0s. And does anybody recall what that is? Or might be, or anything? It is I was going to bring up a diagram, but I don't know. It is a workflow engine for Meshery to have a workflow engine internal. So Meshery certainly facilitates workflows, but not in a one-off way each time. And there isn't a generic engine that looks for inputs and outputs and treats an individual operation with standard actions, like if it was doing a deployment, the ability to cancel the deployment or maybe roll it back, or like it wouldn't really matter what the operation is or what the workflow is. We just need to have a common substrate of support for performing those things, and that's what a workflow engine would bring to Meshery. So yeah, you can yeah. So ideally, we would have that component before we 1.0. We're out of time. Like, it is time. People have been using for years. People have been using Meshery in production certainly for its performance management capabilities. And so we're hindering the project by staying under the radar, under the 1.0. And yeah. Okay. Darshan, maybe.
We can start with the agenda items. Ritesh, you're up next.
Yes. Sharing my screen. So yes, Oktoberfest. As Oktoberfest comes to a close, we are celebrating all the contributors who have contributed this month, and I wanted to bring up the tally of the Oktoberfest Prep 2025 event. So we have around we total 121 contributors have contributed this month, and this final leaderboard will be posted soon on Slack. And this month we have closed around 205 issues, and the total number of PR merged and raised is 481. And we will be awarding the Hacktoberfest badges to all the contributors who have made contributions this month. They can find their badges from they can find all the earned badges in their cloud profiles like this, and they can share it on socials like this. They can also embed it on their GitHub profile and share the impact they are making in the community. And we have about this badges, we have a recognition program in layer 5 community where uh, we have many badges which symbolizes contributors achievements and skills. We have special edition badges like Hacktoberfest contributor badge, and we have many achievement badges. And also badges related to the projects. So I on grabbing them and to collect them all. Yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah, Ritesh, it would be great if you share the link of the badges in the chat here so people can check it out.
Yeah, sure.
Right, moving on to Anthony Murgu. I think you're next. Can you share your screen, Anthony? Anthony, are you there? I can see you in the meet here.
Yes, I'm there.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, you're audible. Yeah. Could you share your screen about your issue?
Okay, just
Anthony, if you're not able to share your screen, you can share that in Slack. Okay, yeah, it's visible now. Yeah.
can you see? So I made this PR request about the Meshery design.
Anthony, actually,
Uh,
your screen is not visible entirely. Yeah, it's just a black screen with a few boxes. If you could, I think there's an issue from your side. Um, I think we can move on to the next one. You can probably share this in Slack.
You can also share a link to the design. Maybe somebody else can open it.
Sure, I can actually show that, Anthony, if you could share the link.
okay, just a minute.
This is your PR, Anthony.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that couldn't be. Or if it is,
So
it's horrifically wrong.
option and then
You're missing a zero on the end. So Anthony, what did you wanted to share? You created a design. It models a particular architecture. It looks like Prometheus Grafana running on Kubernetes.
yeah, the maintainer said that he will test it, but I haven't heard from him.
Okay, does it work, Anthony?
I'm new to the to this design, so I just wanted Sungram to like
Yeah, I mean, the direct answer is that you don't know, so and that's okay.
yeah.
Great. Okay, I get it.
But I tried to emulate what was simulated there
Yeah.
on the issue.
Did you share the link to your design yet?
Yes, I already shared everything on Slack.
Nice. Okay. We've got about
Should I
30
share
more
it again?
Yeah, or here in Zoom, wherever everyone's focus is, that would be great.
So Anthony, your issue was that it needs a review, right?
Yeah, only a review.
Okay. Are you able to deploy the design?
No, he just
Yeah,
said
I
that.
deploy.
Okay, yeah, go
I
ahead.
just only and validate based on what was the issue. I just follow the instructions after creating the design.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So everything is in the chat now.
so for a quick start on how you can create designs, you can go to the docs and just search for any blog posts that are made on how you can create a design and make it deployable. You can refer that as well and then make your design here. So if you're asking for a review, we have to go through this and check how you made your design. think you've given your design link here. So yeah, if Anthony, if you're not able to deploy it, yeah, I think you're not able to deploy it. I'll get back to you on Slack about this, because we don't have the design ready for now, so we can move on to the next issue. So to clarify again, you've made a design, you're not sure how you can deploy the design, how you can proceed further. So for that, I would say you can go to the docs, docs.meshery.io. You can search for designs there. There are many deployable designs made in Meshery already. You can go to Meshery catalog. You can check designs there. You can import them. You can deploy it again, and you can try a bunch of things like that. And then you can do the same for your design as well. So moving on to the next issue, which is mine. So, right. So hi guys. So as we all know, this is Canvas where you can, create your designs here and deploy it, and you can collaborate people to create a design. So right now, what happens is that when you go to the registry part and go to the registry sections, we have two registrants like Artifact Hub and GitHub, where there are duplication of the same registrants with incorrect model numbers here, where it says 3 here, but it's actually 146 plus 3. So there's a small issue in the database when it's querying this information. So when there's a connection ID, new connection ID made, that row is created, and this is why it's happening. So what I've done to fix that is, yeah, I've just used the kind to take that as a source of truth for creating the table. So what happens now is that it merges those two rows, the different connection IDs, ID row, and then makes it a one row with artifact tab and the GitHub registrant, where this issue that we're seeing here, this will be avoided, and the total number of models will be shown in one row itself instead of this duplication here. So that was my issue, or the issue that I worked on. I've asked Matthew and Nikita for a review. If you have any questions, please do ask.
And Ijoma's going to be writing up this area, so this is a good one for her to be familiar with. Did you ask her just
No,
now?
no, I ask.
Go ahead. Say her name a couple more times. She might.
Yeah, Joma, I would like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Are you trying to? No. AI. Yeah. Sit here. Yeah. Uh-huh.
So this area has been worked on a few times. We need to be really clear on what the criteria is for when a particular entity that is registered inside the Meshery registry, when that entity is considered to be a duplicate, or when it might very, very much look exactly the same, or even literally be exactly the same, except that we don't consider it to be duplicate. When does that happen, Darshan?
So the duplication that is mentioned here is just the repeating of the rows. So like, as I said, when there's a new connection ID made for all of these imported models in the canvas, there is the repetition of this happening. So as far as I know, the models that have been.
That's my question. When is an entity considered duplicate?
Oh, the status that's a different thing we're talking about here. So
It is not. I mean, actually, you don't have to think of it in context as status. I mean, you can. That wasn't what I'm asking. What I'm asking is, if I take two models, they both have the same name, exascale icons or something,
yeah,
and I import those both. Are those duplicative or not? What's the test? How do you know if they're duplicative?
the only thing that is duplicated is the resistance here. As far as the models are concerned, it's the same exact thing which is repeated on each rows. So the duplication here is the all models that are registered in registry. Those are being duplicated here.
What's the criteria for whether or not a model or a component or a relationship is duplicative?
But right here, we can drop down and see each of these repeating, like AMD GPU here and here as well.
Yep, that's not answering my question. If you have AMD GPU there and the other AMD GPU up above, are those duplicative?
Yeah, they're repeated in the
Yeah, they're not duplicative.
No, the whole the restraint is duplicate. That's why it seems that those models are repeating.
So what I did, I'm asking you what's the criteria for when a model is considered duplicative?
When it's a repeat one below the other, that's when it's duplicated.
Have you ever seen a model repeated one below the next? How does that work?
No, not like that. But here the models are not repeated, and the criteria to check that is when we go to the registry and we have a status for duplicates and non duplicates. If it's duplicated, then we can see a bunch of these AMD GPU models.
That's exactly what I'm asking is what's the criteria for when a model is considered duplicative? What's the criteria?
The only criteria I know of is when it's repeated again in the UI. Like let's say there's AMD here and the AMD here. That's the
Okay, thanks. I mean, that took a long time for you to just say you don't know, or like when you see it, you don't know. Like you're just seeing the outcome of whatever the system shows you.
Yeah.
And if you as a human see it listed twice, you might think it's duplicative. Is that correct or not correct?
Yeah, when it's
And
again, that's duplicate.
you don't know, and that's okay.
Okay.
And what I'm telling you is if you see AMD, and so I'll answer the question, and I'm bringing this up because you have an open PR on it. So if you don't know that criteria, you cannot put in a PR that suggests what that is. So close your PR until you understand this.
Okay.
And since Ijoma's writing a blog post on it, like great, she can hopefully she should be paying attention and maybe help. Maybe she should write the PR. When you see, to help us along, I mean, I've covered this topic a lot of times. And so to help us along, if you see AMD GPU, this is written into our design specs and stuff for the registry. So, and it's in the docs. And as a matter of fact, there's a couple of exam questions for the new certification. I think that circle around this. If you see AMD GPU as an example, as a model here, if you minimize the models, first of all, the count of models is wrong, right?
Yeah.
And then you see AMD GPU listed here. These are not duplicative models, not according to the registry. The registry is allowing these two models to be registered, and for that to be valid. If you open up the model, I'm positive you'll see the exact same count of components, the exact same count of, like they're verbatim. They're like identical. Wait a second, that sounds like a duplication. Well, at that level, if you're just looking at, if you pull that model out and the other AMD GPU model out and you look at them, they will hash to the same thing, like they're identical. Except for one thing. What's the difference between them? Do you guys see it?
The version?
No, probably not. You can take a look. Like right there, it says API version .20.
Yep.
And if you go up to the other one, gotta click, yeah, click on the AMD GPU.
Yep, it is on AMD GPU.
Yeah, weird. It didn't refresh on the right-hand side. But it's .20 as well. So, yep.
Right.
That doesn't answer my questions. What's the difference? Why are they listed?
It's not duplicated. It's one and the same. It's just that the registrant here that is causing the issue.
Yeah, and it's not an issue. That's the right answer. The registrant. It's not an issue. The system is designed to allow this intentionally. There's a bunch of reasons why it does this.
Okay. Okay. The issue is the incorrect number of models. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, you're changing the subject from what I'm, yes, there's a bug around the model number, but it is legal and allowed. And then the system is intentionally designed to allow you to register literally the same model under different registrants. A registrant is, like, an example is Artifact Hub. Another one, and it looks like we have Artifact Hub twice.
Yep.
Unfortunately. but another one is GitHub, and we have it twice. Another one is Meshery. You can have the same models under different registrants. Kind of a weird word, not a commonly used word. If you're in university, then it's a little more common to hear that word. Registrar, registrant, registry. These are defined in Meshery docs and with tons of examples. As a matter of fact, a university example as well, to help you understand what those mean in context of professors and courses and registrar's office that you go to register. You will be a registrant if you go to the registrar's office and register there. So that's totally valid that AMD GPU shows up more than once, as long as it's under 2 different registrants. There are other registrants that we're missing. So Meshery down below, what do you think that, what is that, guys? That's actually Meshery server itself. Meshery server, it shipped, we shipped Meshery with a few hundred models, and some of those models, or the majority of the models, are defined by other projects, other like Prometheus that Anthony was sharing with us. The Prometheus project is a totally separate project. They publish their own CRDs, their own components, or what Meshery calls components. They publish them. They put them on GitHub, or maybe they put them in a Helm repo. Meshery goes out and grabs those definitions, kind of wraps them into a model, and imports them in here. And so we'll probably find Prometheus under GitHub or under Artifact Hub somewhere else. Meshery as a project, we define, all of us have defined 9 of our own models that we've made and we're authoritative for and that we control. And we made them green because that's the color of the project. And so when they get registered, the owner of those models, the registrant, the system that imported those models into Meshery server, in this case, it was just Meshery server being a client of itself. As it booted up during its boot sequence, you see a bunch of mumbo jumbo flying around in the standard out. And it'll say, oh, I'm grabbing these files and I'm registering various files. Most of them were defined by other projects. And Meshery server sits there at boot time. It becomes a client of itself, just grabbing all of the models that are sitting on disk on the file system, and it registers them at boot time. 9 of them happen to be defined by us collectively. Here's something weird, or I think is weird. You guys might get it, think it's funny. If you open up Meshery Core, there's a model called Meshery Core. And let's see if we can see what some of these components are. The thing that I think is a bit comical is there's a component in here. There's 17, okay. Anchor node, okay. Whatever that is, if you keep going down. I mean, I say whatever, I know what that is, but I mean, like, it isn't necessarily obvious to everyone the way that it's named. If you go, there's a pencil, a pen, okay, a picture, a text box. Okay, these sound like components that are supported by Meshery, but they're also supported in Canvas. These are annotations. Like if you go up a little bit, there was one called comment. Oh, okay, yeah, thank you, Matthew. Okay, comment, that's just another annotation. It's just somebody marking up the design. Interesting. Anyway, the one that I think is comical is the fact that there's a component in Meshery Core called container for a Docker container. You would think that such a definition would have come from like a Docker model or a Kubernetes model. Kubernetes doesn't have a resource called container. That's not a resource. It is a container orchestrator, and yet it doesn't have a resource called container. So it doesn't come from there. It has a resource called what? What do you guys think the resource for containers is called in Kubernetes?
Like they have pod for containers, but they don't have a resource called container.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah. The Kubernetes calls them pods, a collection of containers. And so, anyway, good. Hopefully, I went and had that whole discussion because I hope that it helps a lot of you kind of comprehend what this system is about. Maybe some of you are leaving with more questions than when we started. That's great. Go get them answered. Go, you know. But yeah, good. Anyway, anybody have any questions now? Or? Why would we allow duplicates? Why would we do that? If we know that they're a duplicate, why would you let two different registrants insert the same? What is going on? I don't know. You're gonna have to stay tuned to find out, or go read the docs like it's in there, or go ask me or something. Cool. Okay. Well, what else we got?
Yeah, up next we have Naman.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and share my screen. So, hello everyone. As you are contributing to Meshery and you're trying to figure out where you can contribute best and what are the different repositories that you can contribute to, you might get stuck with various uh, speed breakers, and you might want to refer to docs. But there are various contributor training series as well present on Meshery, made by fantastic maintainers and contributors. So you can refer to the contributor training series. It is one of kind of a training series. I think many projects don't have it, and you have a beautiful opportunity here. So if you're someone who is contributing towards UI or CLI, you can refer to these contributor training series, and these are very detailed. And if you're stuck somewhere, these are the place that you can go to. So yeah, thank you.
Naman, could you share the link in the Zoom
Yeah.
chat? Yeah. All right, guys, next we have Jeet Burman. We have Jeet. I don't think we have Jeet in the meet, so yeah, we'll skip over him. And Matthew, I think Matthew left because he had an issue with his machine. So, guys, is there anything else you guys want to discuss? Any important things you want to discuss? We still have time. We'll have 5 more minutes. We can take this. Yeah, Anthony.
I just wanted a clarification. So you said that you will review the design as I go through the docs.
Yep.
Okay. So I'll just get some feedback on the PR request.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, Anthony.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Sangram already gave you feedback, isn't that right?
So I have.
Anthony, can you repeat?
I was asking Lee what he said because there was some buffering over
He
here
said
on my end.
Sangram actually gave a review for the PR. So did you go through that?
Yeah. So I was just he hasn't responded yet because I also gave him some feedback too.
Okay.
What do you need? What do you need, Anthony? Do you need help? Are you asking him questions or what? Can you guys bring up the pull request? Sangham's going to be out next week, so I mean, like,
okay,
you're gonna want to get past this.
Basically, at first he told me to go through the Gemini suggestions, and I made some changes based on the Gemini suggestions. But after making changes based on the Gemini suggestions, I made changes based on the Gemini suggestions, and then it wanted me to revert back to what I had previously done based
Yeah,
on the
and
suggestions. So
thing about this PR is
that's
that
why
the design file itself doesn't matter. What we're doing is that we're considering the Hacktoberfest issue. So it's only for the Hacktoberfest that we're including the design file. What's important here is that to have your design published. So in that regard, are you able to achieve what is given in the issue description? That is only thing that matters here. But I think Sangram got confused about the issues that Gemini posted here. So these doesn't matter because these are only for reference for our Hacktoberfest countdown.
okay.
Cool.
But
So just to
basically, the
Darshan, you're saying Anthony can safely ignore those comments about timestamps, and he
Yep.
can.
These don't matter. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Anthony, let me give you a review on this by end of today. I'll go through your design and see if you are able to achieve what's given in the issue. If not, I'll give you a feedback on this.
okay, that's
Yep. Anybody else have any other topics?
Yeah, I wanted to add about the Hacktoberfest. We will be creating celebratory banners for the Hacktoberfest with the profiles of the contributors. So we will be sharing it from the official accounts. So share your badges, earned badges from your cloud profile onto the socials and embed it in your GitHub profile uh, like this, and so that we can find your PFP to be added in the banner. Yeah, that's it.
So like a collage, right, of all the.
Yeah, we will be making a collage for all the contributors who have made a contribution this month. Yeah.
Right, yeah. I think we are. I don't think we have any other topics to be discussed by anybody. So yeah, guys. Today was the Meshery Developer Meet. Tomorrow we'll be having the newcomers meet. So please go to the Layify calendar, and you can check out more information about that in the meetings link. So please do join us tomorrow. And yeah, thank you guys. See you in Slack on the next meet.
Thanks, Darshan. See you guys.